This is a video response because after I watched the video, I couldn't shut up to my roommate, so she told me to talk to my camera instead. I'm just gonna say this from the get-go. I come to no conclusions in this, nor presume to say that I know better than anyone else, because coming to conclusions or saying that I'm better just seems fruitless, so I will do neither. Human beings just can't understand anything that doesn't have a beginning, and if we're talking about the state of the universe as a calendar year, I feel like what we spend a lot of time arguing and debating is what happened around December 31st or maybe September, when in fact I think if you're going to bother debating about something that's going to be much more worth your while debating about is going to be what happened on January 1st. And the fact is that technically we don't even know that there is a January 1st, because in all reality we can't understand for sure if the universe had a beginning, because things can have no beginning, and if the universe has no beginning, it's not completely out of the realm of rationality to believe that there is something beyond the universe that also didn't have a beginning, and that both would be outside of human comprehension. I'm gonna screw this up, so if you hear me say something wrong, please correct me so I can fix it.
Okay, I'll stop watching Alex Day cook on Sorted.
Growing up as a child, you develop schemas through which to understand the world around you. And as you're a child, those schemas have to remain fairly flexible because you have limited experiences, and so they're kind of constantly being reevaluated. But as we grow into adulthood, our schemas become increasingly less flexible as we become more and more certain of reality, which is fair when you're only regarding the world immediately around you or the world in general. But if you're talking about the universe or things that are hugely outside of our understanding, you really have to allow your schemas to be more flexible and accept the fact that rules of the universe may not be immediately dependent upon rules of our universe or our immediate circumstances. At some point, the Earth was flat, and at some point, the atom was the smallest thing. And so, it's just necessary to, in my opinion, think 500 years in the future and wonder what people will look back on our generation and say, oh, they believed that then? And leave your mind open to the possibility that there's more, be it in the form of a never-beginning universe, or another being, or alien life forms, just always being open. There, that's my conclusion. Always be open and willing to learn more, because when you presume to know more than facts can actually provide, it's a fair assessment that you'll probably be wrong. I'm generally not in favor of anyone ever telling anyone else they're wrong when it comes to things that we don't understand. Be it in both directions, really. I don't appreciate Christians telling atheists that they're going to a hell that atheists don't believe in. I don't appreciate atheists then firing back at Christians that they simply are dependent on a belief because they're not smart enough to question life, when in fact, I think a huge part of the religious and spiritual existence is questioning and being open to being wrong. And I'm sure a lot of Christians would argue with me on that and tell me that I'm wrong, because they would say that a huge part of Christianity or religion is having the faith that you're right. Which just comes back to this major thing of science that I always say. My favorite thing about science is its ability to constantly question itself, and so my most hated misuse of science is when people use it as their own form of religion. The end.